Are starting to happen. I am so excited. All right, everyone, hello. Welcome back to the Rave Hackers channel. I'm Summer, I'm Rave Hackers, and I am so excited. Festivals are finally back, lineups are dropping, and things are starting to happen. I am so excited. So today I am unbelievably excited to announce and kind of talk about a festival that has recently finalized its lineup. That festival this year is going to be Imagine Music Festival 2021. I am literally so excited. I've never been to Imagine. I've seen so many amazing things from when it was out at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, and I am literally so excited that they have a brand new venue this year. So as always, I'm going to be talking a little bit about those over on my blog. If you haven't yet, go check it out. I will link the Imagine Music Festival link down below for you. You can see everything about, about the venue, the vibes, especially about the new location. They have something really big in store for us this year, and I am literally so pumped to get to experience it with you all, as well as experience it for my first Imagine Music Festival. So if you haven't yet, go grab your drinks. I'm gonna go grab mine and we will dive right in. Okay, so if you see me looking down, I have the lineup that's down here. Anyways, diving into the event. So when I initially saw the lineup, whenever it dropped, I was really impressed. I really couldn't believe that they had managed to bring all of these different artists into one event. I had been seeing different lineups that have been dropping, and it just was honestly kind of underwhelming for me. I think that even though people are being vaccinated and there is, some safety with that, I think that people are still, making that open risk for themselves by going to these events. And for me, it was just one of those things where I was like, okay, if I'm gonna go to one of these, I want the lineup to be so unbelievably amazing that it's I can't not go. And Imagine hit that for me. I am literally so excited. The lineup for Imagine was just so awesome. I just thought to myself, and I looked at my boyfriend and I was like, there's no way that we can't go to this. So I just kind of kept bringing it up and finally I got the opportunity. I'm so excited to be working with them and getting to tell you guys all of the amazing things, and maybe not amazing things that happen while I'm there. As you've seen with any of my other reviews, I'm pretty honest, I'm pretty tell-all. I just want to be able to tell you guys, the unfiltered truth, whatever that is, because at the end of the day, I want you all to be able to survive and thrive at these events, not just, go have an okay time, but then feel like there were certain things that you should have known about or that should have been mentioned that weren't. So anyways, like I was saying, the lineup was just so impressive. Not only do they have something that is, my wheelhouse, which is, a little bit heavier, something a little bit more melodic, but they have such a diverse lineup for literally anyone who's interested in EDM. They have techno, they have house, like I said, they've got heavy music, which I hate getting into genres just because I literally the genre does not matter to me. If I like it and I like listening to it, whatever, if it's house, whatever, I don't really care. It's just I like it. I was really happy to see that, of the genres that I do know, I could see that it was very, very diverse, at least in the type of sounds that people were going to be getting, which was really promising for me. When I go to festivals, I do have this expectation of being able to get a little bit of everything versus when you go to a single night event and, you get kind of the same genre the whole night. So like I said, really impressed with that. My initial reactions were very excited, very pumped, very impressed. So then, as I started looking at things a little bit more and started kind of diving into the lineup, I realized that there were a lot of artists that I really wanted to see, which I feel like is no surprise. That's everybody every time they look and see a festival lineup. But anyway, so there were ones that I was really pumped about. So a little insight into how I look at them and then end up kind of deciding if they're for me. So if you don't follow me on my Instagram, which, I highly recommend that you do, I don't post a lot of squares. I'm really more active on my stories. I really just like to share resources and information with you guys. So I'll, put those links down below, but I recommend go follow me. I'm really fun. The first part that I always look at is the back-to-back. It is probably one of my favorite things because it is kind of like a rare treat experience. I feel like there are definitely those artists that have like back-to-backs that they go on tour. Like the first ones that come to mind, I know like Subtronics has done it, I know Alison Wonderland has done it. Those are the first kind of ones, but it's really special to me. I feel like you don't really get to that experience unless you're going to that festival. So the ones that really jumped out to me, because like there were honestly like quite a few that were just like, damn, like that's gonna be a good set. So the first ones that kind of jumped out to me were the Wakan family back-to-back. I have never gotten to see one. I've seen so many videos on like Instagram, and I've seen so many YouTube videos, and like I love the Wakan artists just in general, like, and I love getting to see all of them vibe out with each other. I think that that is like, that's so fun. Like for me, that just brings back like Bonnaroo vibes and being at like the Calliope stage. And if you haven't, Bonnaroo is amazing. I 1000% recommend it. I've got so many resources on it. You know, head over to my YouTube channel or my blog. You'll see there's tons of amazing things to experience. But I've been really introduced to those artists at those events and kind of love that back-to-back feel from those events. The other one that really jumped out to me was Carnage back-to-back Borgore. So I have never gotten to see this back-to-back. You know, I can't say if it's ever been done before, but I can say that it's one I'm super excited to see. I love Borgore. His music just gets me. I love it. I saw him at Bonnaroo a couple years ago and it was so awesome. I think I've seen Carnage at Bonnaroo as well. Honestly, there's probably no artist that I haven't seen at Bonnaroo at this point. But I'm very excited. I think that the wubs and the vibes are going to be really great. If you're looking for something with real heavy bass, that's going to be so awesome. The other one that really jumped out was Adventure Club back-to-back Riot 10. I know that that's going to be a really great set. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for there to be like a good mix between like melodic and heavy. I know that Adventure Club can kind of go both ways, but I think that we'll definitely see, you know, a heavier set just because they are going back-to-back with Riot 10, which, like, you know, no complaints on my end. I'm excited for it. So those are the big back-to-backs that I'm really going to be like looking at that really jumped out at me on this lineup. However, just because there's back-to-backs that jumped out at me does not mean that the solo artists did not just like make my jaw drop. So there were definitely a few, like I've said, there are a lot of artists that I've seen quite a few times, and I think that's why I've been so picky about which events that I do decide to go to, just because, you know, you pay a lot of money for these types of things, so you really want to be making sure that you're getting your money's worth. And like for me, I like to make sure that I'm seeing enough artists that I like, that I have a lot of choices. So anyway, the list of artists that I am so unbelievably pumped for. So the first one is Kayvon. Sorry if I'm not saying that right, but I've been listening to their music for so long. Like, their song sounds so amazing in the sub of my car, and now it's just like I can't believe I'm gonna get the chance to like see them live and like just live through it. I'm literally so excited. The next one that I love and was super pumped about was Sunburn. So I have the best memories of Sunburn at Bonnaroo. There was like this amazing sunset set, and we were over at the wet stage, and it was amazing. Like, the magic of Bonnaroo just never fails and never, you know, leaves me just totally mesmerized. Next ones were BTSM. So this was an artist that I had mentioned that I would kind of talk about later. I love Black Tiger Sex Machine. I think that if you haven't had a chance to see their set, you need to, just for the fact that like watching them on the stage together is amazing. Like watching all three of them DJ, their energy, like it just gets you so unbelievably hyped the entire time, and it's just like it's infectious. I love watching them. So I will definitely be catching that set. I know I kind of already mentioned them, but the Wakan artists are on this lineup, so I will absolutely be at Liquid Stranger. I'll definitely be at Lucy. As you all know and can probably see, Subtronics is also on the lineup. I will absolutely be at the Whooped-On-Tronics set. I guess I should also mention Grizz, Excision, and Illenium are also on this lineup. You know, those are three big names that I know a lot of people are going to be really excited to see. I'm super pumped for Lineum, although I would not consider myself an millennial. I do listen to a lot of his music. I think that, you know, looking back on early Millennium is probably more my pace. But his live sets are really amazing, so I'm super excited to catch him again. And then a few other artists that I'm super excited about. So Closey has a brand new tour that she's been announcing this year at the end of COVID, so I'm really excited to see that. I saw her, you know, what a surprise, again at Bonnaroo. Also saw her DJ set at Bonnaroo when she was at the Silent Disco, and it was just amazing. Like, her music is so good, and it's not usually my vibe. Like, it's not heavier bass, which I would definitely say I find myself leaning more towards, but it was definitely music where like she takes you on an adventure and she tells a story and like she gets into it, and that to me is what makes it the most fun. Like, it's so much more enjoyable to watch a DJ when they're having a good time and really enjoying themselves, because that really gets projected to the fans and into the crowd, and I love to see that. So that really gets me hype. The other artist that I'm really excited to see is John Summit. So I've been following him on Instagram for a while. I love watching his Instagram videos and listening to his music, and don't think that it's an artist that I've seen before. And I rarely say that, as you can tell from this video, but I'm really excited to catch his set. I think it's going to be a really nice change up from the usual music that I'm typically listening to, and I will say that that's probably the part of this event that I'm the most excited for. I think that Imagine is really well known for having a super diverse lineup and really bringing a lot of energy and different types of energy and different types of people together, which I think is what makes these festivals so special. It's getting to see people from all different walks of life, people who have different views and people who have different experiences and, you know, preferences. And I think it's amazing that we can all come together and just vibe and be one and just have a great time. I think that I'm so excited for that. So overall, the lineup for Imagine is really so amazing. I'm just so impressed with all of the artists that they were able to get together and really just bring together such a diverse lineup as well. As always, I hope you guys liked the video. If you haven't yet, go ahead and smash that like and subscribe button that are down below. And if you haven't already, go ahead and drop a comment on who you are most excited to see either at Imagine or an artist on this lineup that you think would be worth people knowing more about, because I know that there were a lot that I didn't mention. So if there's somebody that I need to go explore, please, you know, tell me down below. I want to know these things. As always, it is so good to see you guys again. There is more content coming. Head over to my blog, ravehackers.com. I will link it down below for you all and get the down low on what is to come for Imagine 2021. Until next time.